What's up, guys? Tucker here, back with S&S Smithing. We're back in the shop today. Let's talk flowers. Alrighty, guys, so now let's get into the project. At the time of filming this right now, it is Veterans Day, so I thought we should make some poppy flowers. I got some templates here from offline from a group of people in 2016 used the same template here to make poppies for a memorial to remember people that died in wars and stuff like that from all over the world. Start cutting it out now. For a few reasons why I used the center punch to mark out the template here was, one, I can keep reusing the template and the center punch just keep lining it up in the same holes in the paper, so that way I don't have to keep reprinting off a bunch of templates. If I just make one and then I want to make one later, I can keep doing this. Then also, say like if I was making a template that I had to forge out, the center punch marks don't go away whenever you heat it up in the forge or anything like that, so you can still see what you're doing for other projects and things like that. So let's get working on it. Alright, we got our piece cut out. I didn't do the best job cutting everything exactly the same as the template, but it's okay. Try to correct it during like forging. And so let's get her in the forge, draw out our petals here a bit. Or well, I'm going to drill a hole here in the center where I have the center punch mark. Then I'll throw it in the forge and we'll start drawing out our petals. Alrighty, guys, so got our hole and everything drilled in the template, or well, our piece now. So we're going to go ahead, throw her in the forge and start drawing out our petals. Using our cross peen here, we're going to start from one side here, and we're going to start spreading out our petals here. We're going to start on the edges here, work up and down the length, and slowly come into the middle. Now we're going to keep at her. Maybe one more heat. It's a pretty cold day out, so this thin stuff cools off real quick. looking for, more or less. Alright, now we'll go on to the next pedal. Alright guys, we got our pedals pretty much forged. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and put a dish in this, like dip down the center. So I'm going to start that over on the hardy hole with a ball peen hammer. Then I'm going to come on over to this thing I got here, this little rounding stake, and then just forge it over. Alrighty. So, lower like that, right over the hardy hole. Let's work on forging our thing here over this stake a bit more. Alright, so there we go. We got our dish in there. Really nice. Next thing we're going to do here is we're going to flip over the stake here. On the other side there's a little dish, and I'm going to use that to put some curvature in the pedals. Alright, so here's our little dish here, and instead of using the ball peen or the cross peen, I'm going to use just a railroad spike here with a little bit of a rounded over face. So that way I don't lose the hammer marks we put in the texture for whenever we spread out the pedals earlier with the cross peen, and this won't interrupt it or put separate kinds of things. It'll be similar texture to it, and it fits in the dish a little bit better. We're in our dish here. Alright, so let me get that oriented here for the camera. See, we got it dished down and it flared out the edge of the pedals, so that way I don't have to sit there with scrolling tongs or pliers to kind of crimp them around a bit. So this helps a lot, like I said. Just curl this bit over a little bit more. There we go. We got our crinkly texture around the edge, so it's more organic. So we're going to just keep doing this for each pedal. the last petal there. See how they're all kind of like cupped in and got the rolled edges? So pretty much the bulk of the forging is done at this point. I'll let this cool off and I'll talk to you what we're going to do next. The flower itself is pretty much completely forged up. Next thing we're going to do is I have some 1/4" bar. That's going to be the stem here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a spiraled stand out of the 1/4" bar that'll keep the flower up. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to slide this over the 1/4" bar, and that will be the stem. It's going to be turned at like a 90-ish degrees. So let's get started on it. Alright guys, this video shout out goes to Black Bear Forge, because I wanted to forge a poppy for today, and I looked at different ways, and I came across his video, is how I found the templates for the website. So, for the website that gives me the templates, and that did the whole memorial with these kind of poppies. So, mine's a bit different than his. I have the stand and stuff in mine, and mine's a little bit smaller than both of theirs, but go check them out. Like always, there's going to be a card here. It's going to be at the end of the video, and a link down in the description to his video, and then that will take you to the website to get the templates for these, and then find out about what they did to build the memorial. So, alright guys, let's get back at it. We're going to start curling up our base here. So we're just going to tap her over the edge of the horn here. Continue rolling it up over on itself. Alright, so we're just going to keep on brushing it over on itself here. Continue rolling her up, she's going to be nice and round. Okay, so I guess I forgot to push record finishing that all up. I finished up the wraps and I just bent the end of it over for our stand there. So I'm going to cool off this piece, then we're going to talk about what's coming next. Okay guys, so what we're going to do next here is we're going to slide on our flower, and then we're going to put in our bend here. Maybe once we have the bend and stuff in, we're going to put an upset on this end here for the ball in the flower. We're just going to, before we put the bend in it, we're going to heat up this end here after we get the flower on, and make a head almost like the nail, like a nail. That's going to be what'll keep the flower from sliding off. Alright, so let's go get the flower and tap her on. Alright, so we slid our flower on. This is the first look of how it might look once it's all finished. we're going to upset this end here. Now that we have everything together as one piece. So, next thing we're going to do is we're going to heat up this end here, clamp her in the vise and squish it down, make a big old head on it. Alright. Close in the vise. Alright, we got it started here, so next thing we're going to do is just keep on squishing it until we get the head size that we want. That's our head. Camera right like that. Actually, let's go ahead and snug her on down in there. Just like so. Next thing we're going to do is put our bend in. So we're going to go ahead and put our bend in and snug up the head of the flower. Alright, so now we're going to take our bar here and we're going to put a nice little bend in her right here. Right like that. The pliers, then we're just going to clean her up here with the hammer. Not going for like a straight up 90-degree bend here. Alright guys, so here we go. We got a quick little preview of our flower here. Gotta fix the way the head shape goes on, but that's pretty much it. The stand works, she stands up by herself. Just gotta straighten up the head a bit. Like that piece there. Get her hot again and fix that. And then what we're just going to do to hold the flower in place is get the make out and tack weld it. Alright, so what we're going to do here is this is a little sag. We're just going to turn a very littlest bit of the head. Fixing it a bit. Right like that. Perfect. Now, I'm just going to go ahead, fire up the MIG welder, tack it in place, and come back. Alrighty guys, all the work's done on it. Pretty much I'm just going to put a coat of linseed oil on it to darken it, even her all up. I put some, I've been it cold a little bit just to give it a little bit more of an organic feel to it instead of just being straight up. So I'm just going to take a little propane torch and coat her with linseed oil, and then she's totally done. Alright guys, it's all finished, all blackened up. It's our stand, our stem with a little bit of bend in it. The flower is shaped, and the tack welds kind of worked pretty good for aesthetics too, like making the transition from the stem to the actual flower look like kind of like the little leaves that come off of like the back of flowers and things like that, so the kind of rough-ish texture works pretty good for that. And there we go. There's flower. You see we still maintained our shape in each petal. And so the plan for this poppy here is going to be given to a local American Legion. They could get raffled off, used as decoration, whatever they feel is best. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you thought of this. Things I should have done differently. Things that you liked about it. Alright guys, see you around. Forge on.